Hi besties, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hey girl, my name is Miracle, and if you're returning, then welcome back. So today we're here with a makeup look. I will be showing you all my everyday makeup routine, and we're just going to be doing a little girl chit chat. Y'all, I think I should start this with a new series here on my channel, so definitely give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you all like this little girl talk we have going on, and we're going to get into it. And today we have our drink. So if you're watching this with me right now, stop, pause this video, girl, and go grab you something because we finna get into it, okay? But for this girl talk, y'all, I have no topics, so we're just going to be going off of the top of our head, and I'm gonna be trying to, I'll probably put like the details up on the screen. So I'll probably just put like what I'm using up on the screen. Make sure it's down in the description for y'all. And then I'll try to tell y'all what I'm doing step by step when I get into it, okay? So first, I just want to say this is probably going to be a what I wish I would have knew in my 20s, or what I know now in my 20s that I wish I would have known. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, I have already started my brows, okay? So I went in with my Duo eyelash glue. I just brushed a little, like a tiny bit through them, and then brushed them in the direction that I wanted them to go, and they look flawless because this is what I do to achieve my eyebrows. I don't have to fill them in. I don't choose to fill them in only because I like a more natural brow. But first, before we get started, I'm going in with this 𝒊𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈 Camo color corrector. It doesn't have a shade, but it's like a peachy orange shade. So I'm just going to put this in the area where I kind of have like some hyperpigmentation or dark spots going on. So primarily under my eyes, and I don't try to use a lot of this because it will show. And a little goes a long way. So I'm just going to let that dry down some. So y'all, I am 23 years old, if y'all didn't know that. But yes, I'm 23 years old. I recently just graduated college last year, 2022 December. And I have my own place. I have my own apartment, my own car. I have a full-time job, and I'm just living the 9-to-5 life for now as working for somebody else, because my ultimate goal is to work for myself. But some things that I wish I would have known just to kind of get me on to an earlier start or a better start into my 20s is the number one thing that I am not struggling with, but I am kind of struggling with, is credit. So let's get into it. I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff that I know that I wish maybe my parents like that would have just got into more, but they didn't. And also the schools that I were in didn't really go into detail of credit that much. But I'm just going to blend this in now. So back to what I was saying. So credit. So that is something that I wish I just knew like really more about before I turned 18. I did get my first credit card when I turned 18, but I just filled out a card application, a credit card application, and they approved me. I didn't really look into and research the type of card that I was getting. I didn't really research like APR, which is interest rate, and how your credit can affect the interest rate. And I really didn't read the information that the card like provided to me. I'm just going to add a little bit more right here to kind of cover my peach fuzz, and I'm gonna let that dry down. So yeah, so that's something that I really wish I would have did at 18. So another thing, I would kind of say it was a mistake that I made, but it was more so a lesson learned for me, is the simple fact of me spending my entire credit card limit. My first card was with Discover. It was, or I still have this card, so it is a Discover card. I don't think it was a student one. I think it's the Discover It card. I can't remember what my APR is. I think it's still the same, honestly, because I don't think your APR changes. That is something that I wish I really would have just looked into before accepting the card. So my credit card limit was $750, and that to me at 18 was a lot of money. And it wasn't a lot of money, but it was a lot of money that wasn't mine, that I didn't have to work for, that it was really just given to me. So it was a lot of money. Now I'm about to go in with my 𝑭𝒊𝒂𝒊𝒍𝒔. This is the Power Grip Primer, and I just bought the small one because I'm testing it out. Okay, now we got our primer on. I'm going to go in with this NARS foundation, y'all, in the shade 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒊𝒍𝒔, and I'm not going to put that much on there because I don't like wearing a lot of foundation. And then I'm just going in with a Real Techniques brush. This is 405, and then we're just going to pat this in and blend it in. Back to what I was saying about the credit card. $750. I used it all. I really wish I wouldn't have, and I really wish I would have paid attention to the interest and everything like that. But my first payment was $35, and that was my minimum payment. So I'm like, okay, $35 ain't nothing. That's all I gotta pay back each month. Cool. No. So it really did take a huge chunk out of my credit when I decided that I was going to use the whole $750 amount. And the simple fact that each month I wasn't paying it off in full. I was only making these small payments, y'all, and that was really killing my credit score. So something that I know now that I wish I would have known with my credit card is to, one, if you can avoid not using the entire credit card limit, don't. Two, make sure you stay under a 30% utilization of that card. So now I'm going in with NARS. This is the concealer in medium dark 3. I don't know which one this is, but I'll link it. And so I'm just going here under my eyes for now, and then we're just going to build off of that as well. Another thing is car loans. If y'all can afford to pay y'all car off, do it. I know people say car notes this, car notes that. Car notes help you build your credit, but if you cannot afford the car note and interest, don't do it. So good thing about me is I always have had a job. So when I decided to get, and by now I got this car in 2019, so I'm actually on my third car. My first 2 cars were cash. So I wanted to, you know, I'm in college, I'm working, you know, I just wanted to do something, and I did it. And I wish I would have did more research. Here we go again. Research. I feel like life is all about freaking research. And we're just going to do tapping motions. So that is something that I really wish I would have did, was research. So they didn't really look into the specs of the car. And then after getting my car, I really was like, dang, I really don't like this car. I only test drove it one day, but I had previously driven that car, had that car, and I'm like, dang, I like this car, I like this car. But when I got the car, I really didn't like the car. So I'm just like, dang, I didn't have no sunroof, I didn't have electric chairs, I didn't have CarPlay. And I'm like, I just regretted the car at the end, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's just something I'm just going to have to live with at the end of the day. And what I did, which was a huge mistake, was not letting my bank give me the loan for the car. And what I mean by that is, if you have a bank and you're banking with them, you can apply for a car loan and you can put the amount that you want, and they're either going to approve or deny you. And I could have did that, but I didn't know about that, so I didn't do that, unfortunately. And so basically, if I would have did that, then one person would have ran my credit, and then that one person or establishment business would have affected my credit score, because when you run your credit, you know, it goes on your credit report. So me not knowing that, when I went to the car dealership, these mofos ran my credit 8 different times just to find me someone to give me the car loan. And my credit was not good at the time. I'm 19. I haven't been worried about credit, haven't been taught about credit, don't know nothing about credit. So my credit score is probably like 583 to the T. And y'all, I did not even know until probably months and months later, because I really wasn't into credit that much until I started looking at my Credit Karma, which don't use. I would use Experian because they're just better, they're more accurate. But yeah, so I didn't even know that they did that, y'all, and that takes your credit down so freaking much as well. And the hard inquiries, that's exactly what they're called, because it was a hard credit pull. And yeah, so with them running my credit that many times, I didn't know. They were trying to find me a bank person, didn't know. And so basically, I got this car, just signing papers. Turns out my APR, which is interest, is 26%. Y'all, my car costs $14,000 and I pay interest $14,000. So next step is I'm going in with my 𝑭𝒊𝒐𝒂𝒊𝒍𝒔 translucent powder. Yes, and I'm just going to apply these in the areas that I applied concealer. Next, I'm gonna go in with contour, and I just use a bronzer palette by Juvia's Place. This is the deep dark one, and I just use this top shade. And then I don't know where I got this brush from, but it's kind of like a angled brush. So going in with the brushed palette by Juvia's Place. This is a blush palette, and I like both of these shades, so I just go in with both. Do those tapping motions right on my cheeks, and I kind of bring it up, and I'm setting on top of where I put the bronzer. And I drag this up to my temples too, baby. We be blushed down, okay? I feel like it just adds color and warmth back to your face. Like, let's get into it. It's giving strawberry, yeah. Because I don't do eyeshadow, I just go in with a fluffy brush, and I am just going to put that bronzer at the top. And I just go in with that blush palette, and I just put this on my lid. My base is done. Everything is done. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my One Size On Till Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. Yeah, and I recently just started using this and I love it just because it's been so hot outside. When I say my face has not been moving, like, girl. So next I'm just going to do some mascara, and I'm just going to do top and bottom lashes, and then we're going to put on our lashes, and we're going to be done, girl. This fast, okay? This, I do my makeup 10 minutes or less. This face is 10 minutes or less. So if you're rushing, get up and get out. This is the way to go. Last but not least, we're going to give Riri her chance, her shots, because she is that girl. But we're just going to strike her on that cheek. Can y'all see? Girl, can you see that? Yeah, it gives. So we're just going to strike her back and forth on that cheek, down the bridge of our nose, tip of our nose. Let's give her a little bit more shine. Yeah. And then we also do our brow bone up in there. Cause, hold on. Shining, 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 yeah. These are the lashes I'm going to be putting on. These are my brand lashes. So if y'all want to shop, TikTok shop is up. Website will be linked. And yeah, so we're just going to pop her on. So these are the lashes halfway on, because I ain't want to put no glue on these, y'all, and then they be stuck. And I'm going to take this makeup off and go to sleep, okay? I hope you all enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. And I'll see you all in the next vlog. Bye. Cheers.